Cool. Okay, everybody. Hello, and what is the date today? Welcome to the Team Next Generation August 5th Wednesday team call. We've got a lot to unpack today with the challenge that's going on, the cup, and all that good stuff, and how we're addressing it. So we're going to get started. But first, as always, I wanted to start out with a little bit of recognition for some people. I wanted to start with Evan, who signed up Matt last month, and he's on his way. Evan's working his way to Diamond. He's getting there quick. Like he's on a track. I can feel it. He's got another coach going. So he signed up Matt. Matt, speaking of you ended last month with Success Club 10. Holy snot, man! Right out the gate, this guy is out of nowhere, coming up 10 and hit Emerald. So that's phenomenal, man. Well played, well played. Chantal last month hit Success Club 13 in her account and 13 in her husband Ryan's account. She's also working with she's got 4 coaches now. Let's see, how many does she have that are Emerald? 4 coaches and 1 that's actually Emerald rank. So Jessica Frank, well played. You're Emerald now as well. She's one of Chantal's coaches. That's impressive. Tracy, who's not on the call either. Tracy ended last month with Success Club 4, or with 4 Success Club points. But the amazing thing about that is that she was basically dead in the water until like the last week of last month. So she really wasn't doing much, and then all of a sudden she just kicked it into gear and just knocked it out of the park the last week or so. That's impressive. So well played, Tracy. Let's see, we've got Elizabeth, who's on the call with us tonight, who got Emerald last month, which we want a big round of applause to that. That's amazing. And I'm not really getting into what's going on this month yet, but I will say that she's got a coach that will be signing and ready to build the business tomorrow. So we're excited about that, and this person's gonna kill it. So we're really excited. Kimberly, Miss Ekman, let's see, you ended last month with 2 Success Club points, and you're starting to grow the business. Natalie, who's on the call with us tonight, is one of Kimberly's coaches, and Natalie as well is starting to rock it. So you guys are going to be a strong team. I can feel it. I'm not talking about Natalie. You're not one of her coaches. I don't know why I said that. Jessica is your. I don't know why I was thinking. I don't know where that even came from. Totally random. Nonetheless, Jessica's killing it too. So on that, Natalie, it's because Jessica's name is right below this, so I just saw that and it popped into my head. So back to Jessica. Jessica is starting to get active, right? She's starting to get some coaches going. So I'm proud of her for that. Speaking of one, have we talked about Natalie yet? I don't know if we talked about Natalie yet, but yeah, Natalie's one of her coaches, and Natalie's killing it too. So we're excited for you guys. Panic and Vanessa. Panic became Emerald last month. Dude came out right out the gate. The same way those guys are going to be strong. I can tell you right now, strong. So I'm excited about them. And Courtney as well. I don't know if she's on the call or not. So he just came on the phone, and I don't know who that is, and I can't unmute them right now. So sorry, whoever that is. But she ended last month with 2 Success Club points, and she's definitely getting her feet wet and getting excited about it, and she's starting to get some traction. So we're excited about that as well. So guys, everybody, at the end of the day, you guys are all doing really well. I know sometimes it may seem like we're kind of moving at a snail's pace for some of us, but in reality, we don't realize those small little things add up quick. And I don't know if you guys are able to catch this Monday's call, the wake-up call, the Monday wake-up call, but I think that's if you didn't, I think it's a really good indicator of kind of when things seem like they're moving slowly, how quickly that snowballs. And it seems like it's taking forever, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, year 1, you're doing 300 a month. Year 2, you're doing 400 a month. Year 3, you're at 1,700 a month. Year 4, you're at 60,000 a month. You're like, what happened there? So it's not like that can't happen. So don't be stressed out if it is taking a little bit longer, if it's seeming to take a little bit longer. It snowballs quick. Just stay consistent. Okay, to unpack what we wanted to talk about tonight. So we're doing Team Cup. I believe everybody on this call right now is – give me a thumbs up. Everybody's on a Cup team right now. Matt, you are as well, right? You're on Deanna's team? Okay. So, and Evan, you're the only thumbs down. You're taking off, so you got a good excuse. You're not going to be around, so it's going to be kind of hard for you. But everybody else, I believe, is on one. So Deanna and I are running our teams specifically. We're running them kind of in a nice way, kind of challenging each other. but realistically, Dion and I cannot in our own, we ourselves cannot compete against each other. We've got 3 business accounts now, so we've got to like actively work them in the most appropriate way to kind of build us both. So I can't like, I just signed up somebody today in her account. So her team, I just gave you guys 2 Success Club points. You're welcome, right? Like we just can't do that. But basically what that means is we're kind of, still doing that with the team members, kind of seeing which one of you guys. So it's really you guys, we're leading you, and then it's you guys kind of against each other, and it'll be fun. We're both kind of attacking it the same way, right? We both have the same kind of plan. For my team, the deadline, or not the deadlines, but the timelines are a little bit different, but the basic format is the same. We're all starting a 7-day, so a week-long free eating, free clean eating challenge that starts next Monday. I don't know if you guys have already set up your invites to that yet, but basically here's how this goes. The first thing we need to make sure is I want to make sure that aside from this challenge, right, aside from that, we still need to be inviting just in general, okay? Just inviting to a challenge group, right? Just inviting to the coaching opportunity, inviting whatever it is. We still have to focus on trying to get 3 of those a day. So let's still focus on that. Let's not push that aside, but I want to focus on that. We need to be focusing on adding friends, especially adding friends. Like I cannot stress the importance of adding 3 friends every day on Facebook. That is like number 1 priority next to personal development. And then the way that the clean eating challenge, this is what I did. This is what Yana does. I don't know if you guys have done this yet. You just create events. You just create an event page, right? Tell everyone what's going on, Like I just said, hey, everybody, join me. We're going to eat 7 days clean. We're going to provide you with a meal plan or nutrition plan that's going to give you meals you can eat each day. They are modifiable to your tastes, so don't worry about that. We're going to request that you guys do 30 minutes of exercise each day. We're going to give you options as to what you can do, although you can modify that as well. It's just going to be a time that we're all going to spend together. We're going to, be an accountability group that's going to help keep each other accountable and motivate each other. And we're just going to spend 7 days. It's only 7 days. We're going to spend 7 days just feeling better. Let's just start feeling better. Let's start eating well. And, we're going to do it all for you. It's going to be a lot of fun, really easy. I mean, it's not exactly what it says, but that's the gist of it. And then I just invited everybody to it. And I'm just waiting, bam, send it out, invite everybody to it. And then the ones that say going, you just send them private messages. And it's got to be a private message. And basically what you're doing, in essence, is you're kind of creating an ad. You're not, but you kind of are, right? Like these are people that, all your friends, and now you're just able to reach out and start forming that relationship so that when you do end up, which you will end up in the future, inviting them to a challenge group of some sort, you're not some random person coming at them for no reason. You're coming at them with the purpose. They actually reached out to you almost. You know what I mean? Like they're saying, I agree. Hey, I'm in. I want to start eating better. I want to try this. I want to give it a shot. All you need to do now is just reach out to them, ask them what their goals are. Man, I'm excited to have you in this group. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's totally free. There is no charge. Guys, do not, I said on the video the other day, please do not try to sell anything. Okay, don't even bring up anything at all. The only thing that we should be bringing up in this that is for sale, if you will, is I don't even put this in my invite. I'll put this in the actual messages I send to them. The only thing I would say is, hey, I'm really excited you're going to be joining us. Please, I'd love to just kind of hear what excited you about it. How are you doing right now? Are you struggling with some sort of nutrition, or how's your fitness doing? What makes you want to join this challenge? See what they're saying. Get kind of some feedback from them. You can offer the sample pack of Shakeology that they can purchase. It is absolutely not a prerequisite to be in this group at all in any way, shape, or form. You're only letting them know so that they know, hey, if you want to try this, I've got a lot of people that they really are liking it, but if you want to try it, it's there for you. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. It's just, something that we're offering as, it makes people's meal prep a little bit easier and they seem to really like it. So, hey, it's like $20. We'll have to look online and tell you. But that's the only thing that we should be selling. Don't be talking about 21-day fix or anything else on this at all in any way. That's not what this is about. This whole week is really just about building relationships with people. So invite everybody to it. We're going to ask that all the coaches that are adding people to this, that are going to be in this group, we want everybody, first of all, we need everybody to step up as leaders on this one. There are no challengers in this group other than the people that are not coaches. They are the only challengers. What that means is when we're posting in the group, we need to come from a leadership role, not a challenger role. It no longer becomes, hey, I just got my workout in, I feel awesome. That's great, and we love that, and that can be a post during the day as well. But we also need to start with a post that has some motivation, that has some information, give it some value, right? Give these people something that makes them feel like they're looking to you for some sort of information. That can come along the lines of, hey guys, I know that this stuff is tough. Make sure that if you're not drinking enough water, I know it can be difficult, but I like to carry my water bottle around with me and mark on it, what I need to drink for the whole day. And mark a little thing. You can do this at 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the afternoon and at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Little tags of where that water level needs to be. Little stuff like that. Just little tips, right? Just come at it with a little bit of knowledge of something that helps you, so that we can lead it, right? We're going to ask that everybody take a day. Okay, so that means that there's going to be a morning post and an evening post that are supposed to be done by coaches. Okay, so that morning post, it really is going to work out that pretty much like everybody has a day, but there's going to be like 2 people per day. So basically it's like Deanna and I will take every day. Like we will do it regardless. And then everybody else needs to be like, we'll put you guys on a day, and then we'll say who wants to do morning and who wants to do evening. And then that is going to be your post where you've got basically 1 day of this entire group. You've just got to find something that you can add some value to and post that. It absolutely, without question, has to have a photo attached. Okay. That's a non-negotiable. If I'm being very honest, I would say do a video. Okay. Videos get so much more traction on any of this than any photos. If it's only text, just consider that if it's text, nobody's paying attention, because that's essentially what happens. Like realistically, most people are just going to scroll through it. They're not even going to see it. They're not going to take the time to read it. So it's got to have a photo to get attention. And realistically, a video would be optimal. Deanna and I have noticed such a massive difference in the traction on our challenge group when we started doing videos every single morning instead of texts with photos. They're entirely different groups now. So I can't put enough emphasis on that. I know it's uncomfortable for people, so don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that, you're an idiot if you're not doing one. I totally get that some people, it's just not comfortable to do a video. With that said, if you can, and if you can step outside of that comfort zone, go for it, because it makes a difference. It really does. And we want the people that you bring into the group, we want them to look at you guys like leaders. You are their leaders. And if we can start getting them to see you in that sight, in that perspective, then when you're reaching out to them in the future to invite them to a challenge group, they feel like they're not not only are they joining you, but they're joining you because they feel like, I want to listen to this person. Like, yeah. They know what they're talking about. They led this other group. You know what I mean? Like, let them become those followers. You're kind of your fan base, if you will. And there's something about videos that just does that really well. It's odd. It's almost like videos on anywhere on the internet. It's like all of a sudden you become some sort of like star that people, it's just the weirdest thing. It's like, you're not doing anything. You just put a video. You didn't make, but it's like all of a sudden now you're on reality TV. And like after a while, people start seeing those and they just think that like, they put you on this weird, I don't know, it's a trick. So try those. After the week is over, so really towards the end, realistically, guys, we need to be checking in with these people every single day. If we can, depending on how many people, if we're adding 60 people to the group, let's be realistic. We're not going to be checking in with every single one of them every day unless we're doing a serious copy and paste, bam, 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 click through kind of message. Realistically, we're probably going to add, 10, 20 people, each of us to the group, right? 15, 20 people. We can do a copy and paste where it's just like, hey, just checking in, see how are you doing today? How has this been? Copy and paste it to all those people. Check in with them at minimum every other day. But realistically, every day would be great. The last day, or after the last day, like let them go through the day. Then it's a question of, so how did it go? How'd you like it? How are you feeling? So what are your plans from here? What do you think you're going to do? Or are you going to keep on eating like this? Or, how are you feeling? What's going on? Let them talk to you, right? Let them kind of open up, ask them some more questions. You're just continuing to build that relationship. Then it's a really easy invitation. Well, hey, I don't know if this is interesting or not. It may or may not be for you, but, similar to this challenge group that we just had, I've got another one starting up at the beginning of next month. We're going to be doing this really awesome program. It's called 21 Day Fix. It's kind of right up your alley, it sounds like. And I know it's a lot of people have gotten really good results. If it's something you'd be interested in, we'd love to have you in the group. You did really well in this group, and we'd love to have you in this one as well. So it's just kind of a simple, straightforward invitation. Never any pressure, just you're kind of offering it to them. So that's the next week after that. that's also when we're going to start, for at least for my team, that's when I'm telling my team to start ads. Okay. Give me a thumbs up, everybody. Who here knows how to do the ads? Panda, I haven't even asked the question yet. He's just like this. Does everybody know how to run ads at all? Matt, you're kind of confused with it. Elizabeth, you're on the fence. Natalie, what about you? Your thumbs up? Your thumbs up? Okay. And Evan, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Your thumbs up or your, okay. So Evan, Panda is good. And hold on one second. Let me see if I can unmute. Who's on the phone?
Sandra Louise.
Who is it?
Rufus Lloyd.
Hey, what's going on there, girl? Do you know how to run ads, or is that even something that you're interested in doing?
No, I don't really know, but you know me, I'm like face to face.
I got you. Well, you're gonna have to listen to this anyway.
I will.
Hold on a second, Sandra. So basically, Matt, so anybody that, Matt and Elizabeth, basically the way that ads are going to work is you have to have a like page first. So that's the number one thing that we've got to set up. Okay. If you're not familiar with what a like page is, it's just on Facebook. It's like a business page. And basically in essence, you're kind of starting to brand yourself. Okay. Guys, we've got to start branding ourselves. You've got to take on the role of a coach or I'm not asking you guys to be trainers or fitness experts or anything like that. But you've got to take on the role of like being able to offer people something, right? Like some sort of, hey, this is who I am and this is what I do. I'm kind of building my team, right? If you will, like, you're going to appeal to kind of your specific fan base, and that fan base a lot of times happens to be people that are kind of like you. So you kind of figure out what you want to do. So for instance, Deanna and I, we wanted to create Honest Fitness. For my salon, I've always, in my clients, I've always been very specific that I do not sell my clients things. Okay, if it's a new product, I don't care. If it's not going to work for them, I don't sell it to them. Reason being is I want them to trust me. So I want to be honest. If I'm not 100% behind something, I'm not even going to talk about it because it's not about sales to me. And that's where we came up with Honest Fitness, right? So for us, the whole thing was just about, okay, well, we want to be honest. We're going to tell you, we're going to be blatant. And if, Shakeology is not going to work for you, which I mean, and I'm not saying this is a sales pitch. I haven't met anybody that's not going to make sense for. But if it's like, somebody's got some sort of allergy or something to something that, is in there, I'm not going to tell them, we'll just try it anyway and see what happens just to get a sale. And I'm just going to be like, honestly, I'd probably be concerned about that, So we came up with Honest Fitness. So figure out whatever it is that you guys really feel kind of strongly about, like what you want to represent in terms of this business, how you want to come across, and then create a like page kind of based on that. And then invite everybody to like it. You've got to have likes so that you can do an ad, right? When we're doing ads in the Team Next Generation files, so if you go to the page Team Next Generation and you look at the top, you'll see files. Click on that and you're going to see 21 Day Fix info group. That's where all the information on how to actually do the ads, like there's a video on how to place the ads. All the information is there so that you can figure out how to functionally set up the ads. You're going to get the ads to go live. Everything's great. You're going to put, the dollar amount on there that you want to spend. You're going to start getting people that are basically what you're doing is you're creating a link. So you create an info page, right? An info group for 21 Day Fix, for example. And then you're going to get people that are going to be clicking on a link on your ad, and it's going to show up as them asking to add themselves to this info group, right? The info group is ran basically like a couple day info group. So you run an ad for a few days, and then the info group starts. And the info group will run a couple days, and it's just like there's a few posts that Deanna has kind of figured out, and she's got, like a format to that. There's a few posts that she's figured out, and you post throughout the day. Videos, again, guys, videos have changed it for the amount of people that we get, the response we get from these ads. When she started doing videos instead of doing the copy and paste posts that she was doing before, big change. Okay, a lot more traction on it. So if you can muster up the strength to do videos, I'm serious, do the videos. But so people come in, the first thing you do is when they get added to that, when they ask to add, you shoot them a private message. Don't even add them to the group. You shoot them a private message. Hey, I'm so excited that you're interested in 21 Day Fix, the info group. We're going to tell you a lot of information. It's a great program. I just was curious. It's important to me to understand your goals. Would you be willing to share what's going on? Like, what are you struggling with? What are your goals right now? That's it, right? You're just getting them. First, you want to respond. A little skin in the game. If they don't respond to you, don't add them to the group. Because if they're not going to respond to that, they're not going to pay attention to the group anyway. It's just going to be a bunch of people that you're going to be sending messages to that probably aren't going to do anything. So get that response from them. Once you respond, they respond, add them to the group, right? You can even tell them, hey, I really want to add you to the group. Do me a favor. Just, let me know what you're struggling with so that I can best help you, or whatever it is, right? Then add them to the group. Then you're constantly, even during the group, like even as you're posting these posts on the info group, you're also checking in with them and making sure that they understand and building that relationship. So you've got these little conversations going. The numbers basically look like this. We spend about $50 on an ad, okay? And from that ad, we usually get about 35 to 40 people in an info group. So it's a decent amount of messaging, right? But then we end up selling roughly 6 to 7 challenge packs on average from that. Doesn't sound like a lot, right? That's still SC14, right? That's still Success Club 14 if you get 7. And then we'll do a couple of them a month. So that puts us, that's what's kept us at roughly the 25 to 33, Success Club 25 to 33, 35, whatever range in, between my account and Deanna's account over the last 4 or 5, 6 months. So they're very effective. We just you're going to have to tweak it eventually. We've had to tweak ours a little bit, but the videos work really well. And the biggest thing is just constantly reaching out and having those personal, because if it's just an ad and that's all, you just dump everybody into the group, run the ad, and then ask them, so how'd you guys like it? Do you want to buy? It's not going to work. They're not, it's all about building that relationship. We've got to focus on building the relationship. So really what that ad's there for is to give them a little bit of information, but realistically what it is it's just to give you more people to talk to and build a relationship with. So if you're not sending in private messages, the ad's worthless. Forget about it. Don't even bother with them. You know what I mean? So really, really, really focus on that. So we're going to do the clean eating challenge. And then after that, we're going to do the invite to everybody that's finished up the challenge. Then we're going to start running the ads. So we're going to be inviting people at the same time that we're running ads. So at the end of the day, guys, you're going to have a lot of people you're going to be talking to over the next few weeks. That's great. You know what I mean? You need a lot of people to get a little number, so that's fine. Reach out to all of them, talk to all of them. For my team, and I don't know exactly when Deanna's starting hers, but for our team, we're starting our next challenge actually on the 1st of next month. So for us, it gives us those last 2 weeks to run the ad as well as to kind of start talking to everybody, to start inviting. It's going to be basically just enough time. It's kind of on the timeline. It's almost too much time, but just enough that, I think it'll still be okay to start people that late. So that's kind of the focus. The other big thing that I know a lot of you, and I was actually speaking with Elizabeth about this morning, that I know a lot of you are probably really concerned about or having a hard time with, is inviting to the coaching opportunity. It's really difficult. And hey, guys, I fully get it. It took me months before I started invite to that. When you first start out, it's like you're not even coaching anybody really yet, right? So it's like, how am I going to invite people to do what I do when I'm not even doing it necessarily? So it gets really overwhelming. But here's the thing. You don't have to worry about that, because all you're doing, if you're excited to be a coach, you guys are all coaches right now. So something made you want to coach, right? Whatever that is, it's exciting. You're having a good time. You're enjoying it. Something about that has excited you. Great. That's what you share with other people. They start asking you questions. Don't worry. You don't have to answer them. We can answer them for you. My job is to make sure that you guys have the ability to give your coaches the information. Deanna's job is also to back me up and back us up into making sure that you guys have the information you need to give your coaches. We can help build your coaches. So don't stress about, I don't know how to lead them because I'm not really in that position yet. We can lead them. I'm totally fine with that. Absolutely fine. So don't hesitate to invite them, because they're going to get trained. Worst case scenario, you invite somebody, they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm not really sure. I've got a lot of questions. Guys, put me on a three-way call. We'll talk to them. We'll answer the questions. We'll walk them through it. That's what we do, right? And then I'll just, okay, now you guys send them the emails so that you guys can start. And then after that, we get on another call with them, another three-way call. So we'll walk you through every single step of it and make it as easy as possible. And it's a scenario where it's okay to fail a couple times, you guys, we're all going to fail. Evan can attest to this. Evan was probably one of my very first coaches. How we train people now and how I trained poor Evan is completely different. I sucked so bad, right? Yeah, exactly. I had no clue what I was doing, right? You just fail forward. You just keep on doing it until you figure it out. Now we actually have a strong program in place. Now it's like it's systematic. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Like I wasn't really sure what to do when we had the coaches. Now it's just like, guys, bring them to us. We'll train them for you if we have to, and we'll train you how to train them. So really don't let that stop you from inviting, because those are probably some of the more important invites. In the case, and I'm saying this now because this is something that, like, as you guys work into this first challenge group, the first challenge group you guys have is that's when you start inviting to coaching, right? And you're going to have people that very easily can come up to you interested in a program, but also interested in coaching. Don't shy away from that, right? I'm not saying you have to actively go after everybody and just say, hey, have you ever coached? You don't know anything about Beachbody. Have you ever coached? You should coach. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying if you see the opportunity arise, definitely don't stay away from it, right? In the scenario where you have somebody that has never had any interaction with Beachbody at all, I get this actually every so often. I just spoke with a girl today on the phone that we're going to start. I just sent her an email tonight, so hopefully she'll sign up tonight. And she's never done Beachbody at all. She didn't know anything about it. She saw the infomercials. That was it. But we talked about, just coaching, and she was talking about what we do, and she's excited about it. And so I told her the same way. Anytime you have somebody now that doesn't have any knowledge of it, you just say, look, this is what it is. This is kind of what I do. It's great. But, to be honest, I wouldn't want you to coach anything unless you really trust the product. So let's get you started on our program. Let's take you through, let's take you through a program, 21 Day Fix, something like that. Let's take you through it, see how you do, see if you like it. And if you really like it, then you can be a coach. But if you don't like it, I don't want you promoting something you don't like. That's not how this works, right? So you basically start talking to them about coaching, you work them into a challenge. And then at the end, it's just like planted in their head that they might be a coach. At the end of the challenge group, then they can become a coach. So you're not really having to say, well, hey, let's get you started coaching right this second. You're saying, before we start you coaching, you have no knowledge of this product. Let's start you on the product, and then let's move you forward and see if the product works. And if the product works and you can get a strong faith in that, then we can move you into coaching. But let's start you here first, right? And so it makes it a lot easier, and it takes the stress off of them too. It takes the stress off of you. So I found that to be a really easy way of kind of transitioning somebody. And at the end of the day, the coaches, I've had a couple of coaches that I signed up that had never done the product prior to me signing them up. And I think it's a lot harder for them than it is for somebody that's got an immediate connection to the product because they signed up after they went through a challenge, So, and it's a lot harder to kind of talk somebody. You really are end up kind of talking somebody into it because they don't know anything. So how are you not talking them into it? You're selling it at that point, and it's just not as clean, I guess. It's not as fun for anybody. Does that all make sense, everybody? Like, everybody feel like that's it? Okay. So I think that's most of the stuff that we have to cover, but I want to kind of open it up and see if anybody, like, what questions do you guys have? Let me do this. I'm going to unmute everybody. Okay. All right. So now everybody's unmuted. So throw out some questions. Like, how is everybody doing right now? And two, what are we struggling with, or what are our questions? Elizabeth, how are you doing? I'm just going to start calling you guys out until you bring it up.
I think I'm doing pretty good. Just now going to work on getting that new coach going. That's pretty exciting for me. So I'm focusing on that.
That's fantastic. So that call is tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, 8:00.
Okay, correct. Good. I got that. So Elizabeth is a perfect example. Is she a coach of yours right now? Is she a discount coach?
Discount. She just signed up a week ago.
Okay, so this is the perfect example, guys. This is why I'm talking about this. Elizabeth's coach literally bought a challenge pack a week ago, and she already wants to coach, and she's got people that want to coach, that want to sign up under her. Like, that's how fast it can happen. So if you're hesitant about it, or if you're concerned about it, and you kind of like shy away from that, she'd be missing out on somebody right now. That's going to make her, so she's got 2 coaches right now. One of her legs is going to be an Emerald coach immediately. The other leg is going to be really easy to get to Emerald because she's going to sign up her husband. So she's controlling that. Guess what? A few more coaches on each leg, and she's Diamond. So she can control her Diamond really easily just because she's got one coach that's excited to try it, and that's been 1 week. So you cannot shy away from inviting coaches or talking to coaches. Like, they are absolutely paramount to it. Does that make sense? Evan, how are you doing, boss? Oh, you can't talk. Suck. Lucky you. Panic, Vanessa, how are you guys?
We're good. We're just taking it day by day. We're still sending out invites. We're getting people. I spoke to a couple people about coaching opportunities today. He's going to think about it. He's done the product before. He just never knew about it, and he has great results. Actually, he's a cousin of mine, so.
Nice. That's awesome. Natalie, how about you?
Doing good. I'm just trying to talk to everybody that I see, and as I see posts on Facebook, if people are posting about like working out or exercising, I've been trying to bring up conversations and doing it that way. I haven't really gone out of my friends zone yet. I know I need to start inviting people off of Facebook that I don't know. Is that what you're saying that we need to do?
Yeah. Yes. No. Correct. You need to add friends that you don't have to not know them. I mean, if you know them, they're your friend already. Great. But definitely don't shy away from them if you don't know them, because at the end of the day, even if you don't know them, if you have a couple friends in common, I don't know the vast majority. 90% of my friends I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I did have a friend that bought it off of the infomercial, and then today she called to switch it and to do the Shakeology, and she ended up buying another challenge pack with size. So
okay, so hold on 1 second. Sorry, let me back up on that. She bought another challenge pack of size. She bought size from Beachbody or from a coach?
Well, she changed her coach to me because it should have been me originally, but she originally, remember I was telling you that whole situation, how she bought it?
Yeah.
Well, then she ended up calling and switching it, and she was trying to switch it to a 21-day fix challenge pack. Well, she ended up keeping the 21-day fix, and then she did another challenge, so she has the 21-day fix and then a challenge pack for size.
Fantastic. Yeah, well done. See, that's great.
But I don't know, when does that show up? Because I haven't seen it on my.
Was it today that you did that? So it can take a couple days. If you don't see it, I'll watch too. But if you don't see it in the next, usually like if it's today, and especially around like Wednesdays are tough because Wednesday's the end of the week. So everything gets backed up, guys. Wednesdays are always like really awkward. I mean, like you'll see things that don't post. Everybody, hey, look, expect when you start looking at your back office, expect to see people inactive on Thursday morning. That happens all the time. It doesn't really necessarily mean anything. It doesn't mean they're going inactive. Just because Wednesday night is the cutoff and the next week starts Thursday, that everything gets nuts. The system gets logged out. If they're going to have a system crash, it's Wednesday night, Thursday morning. It's just a nightmare. Like if you're going to call Team Beachbody, don't do it Wednesday night. just forget about it because you're going to be sitting on hold forever doing it. I mean, you can, but it's much longer holding times. But yeah, so give it a couple days. If you don't see it, then call them up and ask them what's going on.
Okay.
Matt, I mean, clearly you're doing well. I'm watching you do well, but how's everything going? Are you feeling pretty confident with everything?
Yeah, I've got a handful or quite a few stuff going on. I finally found information in the coach's online office to send people. I get people asking me, send me information. And I was trying to create this stuff. And then I finally found the place where all the promo videos are, all of the product training guides that you can send to people. And that was huge. I was like, man, I wasted so much time when it was already here. And I, realizing they do so much already. Yeah. That I finally found all that stuff. And that was like a huge boost. So I've sent out so many things about people just wanting to understand. And I said, here's some workout programs that you'd like. Check out these videos. Tell me what you think. Here's the stuff about Shakeology. It's been awesome. Check out this video. Tell me what you think. And then I got two leads right away from my Success Club, and been talking to a lady from New York today, all day today actually. And so just trying to figure out that process. And she has an interesting thing that she wants solved. I have an answer for her, but if I try and answer it too fast, I seem like that used car salesman. So I'm trying to broach that thing where I said, I know exactly what she needs, but I don't want to tell her what I think that she needs too quickly, because then I'll turn her off to what she needs. And so I'm trying to figure out the best way to say, here's exactly what you need based on the conversations that we've had. It's just how to broach that. Evan and I have been talking about this, what the best way to like ease into it, to let her know that this is a great solution for you. You're going to have to buy something if you do this solution, but I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to push this on you.
What is she, can I ask what her needs are or what's going on?
Yeah, she has, she just signed up for a Shakeology sampler pack, and she's already fit. She's already doing a whole bunch of activities. She's already got her own fitness routine that she does really great on. She just had a baby about a year ago, and she's trying to get those last few pounds off, and she can't figure out her eating. And so she thinks she eats too much. She wants to have an eating plan. And immediately I'm saying the container system is perfect and 21 Day Fix. And because she feels confident with everything else, she's really active, and she's just not comfortable about it. And that's why she did Shakeology, is because she thought that would help her with her eating. And so it just goes, I asked her a bunch of questions, and we were talking for quite a while, and I just didn't want to bring up that here's this perfect thing for you that I know is going to work awesome, because it's worked for, 5 other people that I've worked with already, including myself. It's just trying to get to that point to say, here's this shake, or here's this 21 Day Fix meal plan that I think is awesome. I know you don't need a workout, but the meal plan would really benefit you. And it's just how to broach that without her feeling like I'm just trying to sell her, without, really understanding what she needs and making her feel like, I care about her rather than just selling her this product.
So what's interesting? I think what you just said is exactly how you do it. I think so, and this is something that I have to step back a lot of times and think myself as well, right? All my just because of from the business standpoint, my first thought immediately goes to what makes the most fun. Okay, somebody has a problem like that, I do the same thing. 21 Day Fix, challenge pack, done. That's what I think, right? And it's not right, but that's what I think. And then I have to stop back and go, okay, now wait a minute. If I'm this person, what really is going to benefit me the most? What we need to do as coaches is really focus on what they need, right? Really focus on helping them. And so in her case specifically, just like you said, what you're offering her is dead on. She does need it. It would be perfect for her. You've got a perfect story about it. I know exactly how you're feeling, and this is what worked for me. This has been amazing for me. I would probably tell her straight up like that, I realize you don't need a workout program. You've got some things. So I would just tell her, I'm a little bit on the fence on this one, if I'm honest with you. I really have a program, the nutrition plan, and a container system that I think would work really well for you. It really would solve a lot of the concerns that you're talking about. It's helped so many people that I know with those same concerns. In fact, it helped me too. I noticed this is what I found with it. I totally feel where you're coming from. I totally understand it. My hang up is that I don't want to sell you something just to sell you something. And I know you need and I know you don't need the workout per se. So I'm a little bit stuck on how to get this to you, right? I'd just be straight up with her, just be totally honest, right? I don't personally think there's anything wrong with that. And in fact, I think that she would probably really open up to that, right? Because you're just being blunt. You're I don't want to sell you this, I really want to help you, and I really think that these things would really be beneficial. So I'm not really sure, let me think about how to figure this out for you, because I know these containers, I know that, so for me, I would probably say, I know you can buy it. You can actually buy these containers individually, without the program. It doesn't come with a nutrition plan though. So I have to think of how I'd get you the nutrition plan, but to be honest, I think the only way I can do it is actually to get you the actual, the program. It's going to be it's going to be $60 or whatever, and I can get you the program. You tried Shakeology, unless you like Shakeology. If you like Shakeology, I can get it to you for all, for $140 right now, or, in a couple weeks, or next week, it'll be $160 because it'll go off sale. But I realize you don't need the workout program, but I really think this container system and this nutrition plan would be amazing for you. And does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think you're selling it to her at that point. I think you're just being very, very honest about it. I don't think there's a problem with airing your, I think you're coming at it from a kind place, right? I think your goal is to help her, and you just don't want to push her away by saying oh, she's going to think I'm a salesman and that's all I'm interested in. So just lead with your fear. Tell her straight up that I don't want you to think I'm a salesman. I don't want to just sell you this. I think this container portion control system, and I think this nutrition plan are going to be amazing for you. they come with the DVD workout, and I know you don't need it, so I'm on the fence on it, but I really think that it would benefit you. So I don't know. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
So that might be an option for you. I mean, like that's probably the route I would take with it. I mean, and I don't know if it would work or not, but that's just another, like I think sometimes we overthink things too much. And almost in an effort to try to not sound salesy, we end up signing, you know what I mean? Like almost sounding salesy or pushing somebody away for another reason. I know that's what I do a lot of times. So I think just being blunt and honest about it is totally fine.
I'm trying to find the timing because today's the first day that I've spoken with her.
Oh, is it?
And
Okay.
just by text. So I didn't want to just, the first thing I said is, oh, hey, by the way, here's a solution and blah, blah, blah. So I was trying to think of, I was just kind of hung up. I was telling Evan today, I was hung up that with the end of the sale on the 10th, because she's not even going to get her Shakeology sampler pack until after the promotion is over. And so I was thinking I should talk to her so she could get this great deal. But then is it rushing it, or should I just wait for her to get her Shakeology and then go from there? I know I'm just struggling with the timing.
Yeah. So here's the thing though, right? You can always, she can buy the program. She can buy the program and, like just the program without Shakeology, without Challenge Pack. And within 30 days, she can convert it into Challenge Pack if she buys the Shakeology after that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you still have 30 days after that. So you could, for instance, contact her tomorrow and you say, I was thinking about you last night and I was trying to figure out the best thing for you. And this is what came to my mind. And, I know you haven't even tried Shakeology yet. So I really think you should, you've got a sample coming in the mail. So try that Fridays and see how you feel. But I really think that this nutrition plan and these container systems will work. I realize you don't need the workouts or whatever. I mean, they're great either way. Buy the program and sell the DVDs to somebody, give them to a friend. But I think that this nutrition plan and the container system will be amazing for you. I really think that it'd be great. And then don't worry about the challenge pack. Just ignore it. And then see how she does with the Shakeology. You know what I mean? And if she likes it, say, you know what? As long as we do this with it, if she's like, you check in with her, she's like, man, I really like that stuff, da, da, da. Hey, before you buy it again, if you want, you bought the DVDs already, I can actually get you to convert. I can actually get them to convert that into a challenge pack for you. And I can get you with the Shakeology at a discount for your first option, for your first purchase. So if you want, we can work that too. We just have to do it within 30 days. But I mean, it's up to you. So, I mean, you still have that option. You don't actually have to get her sold into that before next week or whatever. The only thing is it's not going to be $140. It's going to be $160 because the price is going to go up. You know what I mean? But still that's going to be cheaper than, her buying buying them two separately. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
So that's another option. Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So you're on the call. Well, tell me a little bit about what's going on.
I signed up another coach. I had talked to her about Shakeology, and she bought it online because she didn't want to buy it from me for some reason. I don't know. She thought it was amazing. And her daughter's going to college, so I signed her up as a coach today because I told her, why are you buying it online when you can get a discount? If you're going to buy it, you might as well, do it the right way.
Right? Fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you signed up this afternoon?
Yeah.
Nice.
So hopefully she'll fill out her paperwork and get it submitted.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's funny because, I talk a lot about it when I'm at work, and then they go online or they sneak around and get it, online. And I'm like, why? You're paying retail. Don't you want to get a discount?
Yeah, and that's okay.
And
I think people just don't know, and I think sometimes people can just get kind of like weary about anything, they feel like they're getting, we know they're not, like they're going to get a better deal somewhere else. And sometimes they can, but that's just if they're just talking about Shakeology and they still can't. I personally wouldn't buy it like on eBay myself because I just don't know what it is.
Right. Exactly. So we had a little chitty chat, and her daughter's going to college and she wants to have it for her dorm. And I said, you might as well get a discount.
Fantastic. Good for you. How's everything else going? Are you feeling good about invites and all that good stuff? I know in the past we've talked about consistency. How are you with consistency?
I'm not really a Facebook. I'm not a poster child. So, I have a difficult time with that. I like to do the face-to-face and, talk to people that I interact with on a daily basis. But as far as Facebook, I'm not the poster child.
That's okay. That's okay.
But slow and steady will win the race. So I'm slowly getting there.
That's all that matters. As long as you're inviting. Hey, if you have the ability, as you do, to invite 3 people a day and you're not utilizing social media, that's more power to you. The only thing that we need to keep you on social media for is for the challenge groups, because they're pretty massive. They're kind of a big part of this whole thing, just a little bit.
And I have to say that Super Saturday was so fun. I really, really was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I take days off to do this months ago,
You see? Yeah. Guys, if you didn't make it to Super Saturday last Saturday, or the last one, try to make it to your next one, okay? I mean, those events are absolutely – I'll be very, very honest with you guys. The first one I went to, I was half into it, half not. Half of me was like, yeah, this is really cool. The other half of me was like, I feel a little bit – it's a little sales pitchy to me, it almost seemed like, and that's just because I'm very – it was right after I first signed up, and I'm just very, skeptical about stuff. Now, being into the business, I realized, no. Not only are these an amazing opportunity for us as coaches just to kind of get reinvigorated about things, but also it's an amazing opportunity for us to take people that are – so you guys have somebody that's like, I've thought about coaching, but I'm not sure what's it about. Hey, come with me and come meet these people. I want you to meet these people. Let's hang out with some of my friends. This is amazing. You can check it out for a day. Hey, who knows? You can see what happens, People come. That is better than any coach open house you can put somebody in, better than any video you can send them, way you can talk to them. The stories they have there, and seeing people on stage that say dude, 2 years ago, I literally could not figure out how to buy food. And now I just made $30,000 last month. And you're like, what? And that was, 3 years ago. It's amazing.
I have a question about that.
What's up?
Justin, I have a question. So there was a couple girls that I met that they became coaches online, and their coaches aren't really coaches. They just signed up under them. If they wanted to transfer to my leg, can I do that, or is that bad work ethic?
No. Okay. So this is actually a good question, guys. Everybody needs to understand this one. There is no problem having coaches switch over to you if you're not poaching coaches. Okay, there's a very big difference. If somebody's working with a coach, physically, working with them, they're in their challenge groups, the person's helping them, they're really working with them, and then you come after them and say, hey, check this out. I can totally get you better training, or I can do this, or da-da-da-da. You should sign over and have me be your coach. Okay, that's shady. That's not what this business is about. We don't play that. We don't do that at all. That's just not part of the game. However, if somebody's in a scenario where they're working, they want to be an active coach, but their coach isn't giving them anything. If they signed up under a discount coach, basically, well, that's not fair to the coach that's signed up under this other coach. They're trying to work a business, but they've got nobody to help them, right? So, or if they're even trying to get into a challenge group, they're trying to get some accountability, but the coach above them is just not working it. Well, they need some of that. So I don't have a problem at all saying, look, if you're working with your coach, actively, you need to reach out to them. If you're not, or they're unresponsive, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you in any way that I possibly can. And that's it. You're just giving them an option, right? You got to remember that a lot of people, especially customers, right? A lot of people actually get moved out to coaches because of Success Club programs and the free leads programs and all that kind of stuff. So these are people that are getting pushed out to coaches that sometimes these coaches don't even contact them. They don't do anything with them. They're just kind of partly working the business, but not really working it actively. So the coaches have nothing, these customers have nothing to do. So they're looking for somebody, and then somebody comes along that's actually ready to work with them, that wants to work with them. They should be, they should have that opportunity, right? The harder part is, Sandra, for your situation, is that they're coaches under that coach. You can switch your coach, I think, one time. And to be very honest, I haven't dealt too much with that. So if it's a customer signed up under that, if these are your friends that are, or these people you've met that are customers and they just have a coach, that's one thing. But if they're coaches, discount coaches signed up under another coach, I don't know I know that you can switch it, but there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, and I don't remember. I'd have to look in. If I'm honest, I have to look into how that plays out. Is that what's going on? Or are they actual coaches, or are they just customers signed up under?
Yeah.
Sorry?
No, they're coaches, but they were so Ricky Ritardo. Like, they had no idea what they were doing. Like, I gave them, like, so much information. I stayed, like, an hour after and told them all this stuff, and they had no idea, you know, as far as challenge groups and how to sign up and how to get to Emerald and how to do it. And I was just like, blah, 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 blah. And they were just like, our coach doesn't do that. And I'm like, really? Like, so here they have a coach, and then I'm giving them all the information and what to do and how to go to the next level, which I feel is like, okay, great, I'm helping them. But at the same time, shouldn't their coach be helping them get to the next level?
If their coach isn't, their upline, that coach's upline coach should be. Somebody should be, right? Somebody needs to take them under their wing. You know, this is a good question, and it's something that, let me look into this. Let me ask a couple people. I'll throw some feelers out to Jessica and Dave and some other people and see what they say about it. Because I, to be honest, I just don't know how you move forward with that. I don't know what's available to you. If I'm correct, you can switch your coach, but if I'm correct, I believe that like everybody has to be involved in that. So I don't know. I don't want to say anything that I'm gonna be wrong on that one. So let me look into that and I'll private message. Or I'll throw it on the team page so everybody can know exactly how to kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind helping. I mean, it was a good feeling to give them, you know, motivation and inspiration and light their fire with desire. But seriously, it's like, well, your coach should be totally hooking you up with this, you know?
No, absolutely. I totally agree. But, you know, sometimes that just happens. But if there is a way that, you know, that they can join your team or something, and that's something that they would want to do, I'll have to see. Let me look into how that plays out. Let me look into the kind of logistics of that. And
yeah, I was going to ask you about that, and I figured it was a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, the only way I've had a coach actually switch to us, a coach myself, and I wish Deanna was here because maybe she knows something I don't know about that. But the only way I've had one is actually when I had a coach she sponsored two other coaches, and then she decided she no longer wanted to coach. She cut her membership, and the minute she did that, those two coaches under her automatically got transferred to us. So I don't know, in the scenario where they're saying, I just want to change, regardless of if my coach is still active, I want to change over to another coach. I don't know how that looks. I'll look into that. I will figure that out, and I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Okay, perfect.
That's great. Does anybody else have any other questions? Is there anything else I'm missing? Natalie, go.
How often are those Super Saturday things?
A couple times a year. So I'll have to look when the next one is around here.
Ours is October 11th. I think it's every 3 months.
Yeah.
And is it just for coaches, or can anybody go that's like in your challenge group?
Anybody that buys tickets.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta buy tickets. So Beachbody's they're straight about it. They'll let anybody come. I mean, like, you don't have to be. You just buy like, if I want one of my challengers to come, I can bring my challenger. I don't have a problem with that, because a lot of times that's what triggers something in their mind to make them want to become a coach. And Beachbody realizes that they want to bring more coaches on. So if this can be used as a vessel to gain traction on building, you know, on adding coaches, then they're all over it, right? So yeah, you don't have to be a coach to be on it. You just have to buy tickets. So that means you got to buy tickets early, because a lot of times, depending on who they're having talk, they'll sell out quick too. You know. Anybody else? Any other questions, Vanessa? Looked like you're going to unmute it, Simmons.
Yeah, I missed a little bit of what you said earlier about friends on Facebook. So I was chasing Nico down the hall, but so are you just sending friend requests to people that you maybe just have like one mutual friend in common and you don't even know them? Because I feel like I'm trying to add friends, but I don't know that many people.
That's exactly it, right? So I usually kind of look for like two mutual friends. And that's just what I do, right? And I don't think that's right or wrong. Like, one mutual friend, no mutual friends, whatever, you know, like anybody that's on my, you may know, you can add them as friends. And it just becomes kind of a numbers game. I like to have a couple mutual friends so that I can say, hey, I know, you know, when they say, first I'll start out with whatever. I'll look at something on their page, right? And then if they friend me, if they accept the friend request, and I'll find something I like on their page, then I'll comment on that, whatever it is. I'll like it, and then in the message I'll comment on it, and I'll say something about it. I noticed this post, da-da-da-da. But I like to have a couple of mutual friends so that when they come back and say, have we met? Or, you know, I can say, oh, you know, I don't know that we've ever met. I'm not sure. I noticed that we were, that we both know da-da-da and da-da-da, you know, a couple people versus like, I don't know you at all. You know, and that way it just kind of broaches that little bit of awkwardness. Oh, you know, I don't think we've met, but I noticed this and I just saw this thing on your wall. I thought it was really cool. And, you know, I just like to reach out to people. I'm one of those weird people that likes to meet people, you know, it's as simple as that. It's great for women because it's just a lot less, you know, like when you're reaching out to people, I think it's just a lot less aggressive, right? Like some guy reaching out to a girl, it's kind of like, why is this guy hitting on me? So for guys, Matt, Evan, you guys, make sure you bring that wife into that conversation ASAP. Like the first damn message I send, man. My wife and I, da-da-da-da-da. Like I make sure that is out in the open very quickly so that they don't think there's anything like no ulterior motive to this at all. But yes, to answer your question, if they've got two mutual friends, add.
Okay.
You know, just go for it. Yeah, worst case scenario, they're going to say no. Or they're not going to accept it, whatever, you know what I mean? The only thing I would say, guys, is every so often, you know, every few weeks, go back into your unaccepted friend requests that you've sent out that you can find on Facebook, go in there and delete them. Like, totally delete them because eventually if you add too many, Facebook will cut you. They'll just be like, oh, you're on pause, and they'll shut your account down for a little bit. So make sure you go through and kind of clean those out. All those ones that haven't been, and don't resend them all. Like, that's why they try to keep it about a few a day, you know, that you send. Is everybody else clear on everything? Yes, I agree. But I'm not sure what she said, Elizabeth, but whatever she said, she meant it. All right. Okay, so I think, you know, that's everything that we need to go through. So if you haven't set up a like page, set up a like page. Get on top of that like ASAP. We've only got a couple more days before we're going to be running ads here if you are running ads. Make sure you set up an event, you know, so that you can invite people to the event for the 7-day kickstart. Deanna started adding us today as coaches, so we can start adding anybody that is into it. You got that, Panda? Good. Anybody that's into it, you know, we can start adding them ASAP. When you add them, make sure that you don't add them without a message to them. For the 7-day kickstart, the free kickstart, they don't have to like reply to you. Just add them anyway. But when you're adding somebody, make sure that you're sending them a message because we need to be talking to them and start building that relationship with them. And then I'll throw a comment out on the Teams at Next Generation page and just kind of ask everybody what day they want to be responsible for a post. As I said, Deanna and I will be doing it every day, so we'll post something every morning either way. But you guys, everybody to pick a day and just say, I'll take care of this day, this day, this day, and we'll just have everyone, you know, 2 people per day. And try to do a video if you can, but absolutely do a photo. Sound good? Thumbs up, everybody?
Hey, Justin.
Yes, V, what's up?
Are you going to be sending out a meal program for the 7-day training? So
there is a meal program. If you want me to, I can actually email you a copy of that. It'll be attached to the group page that it's been on anyway.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you'll see it. It should be in the file folder on that page. I'll look and see. Deanna created the page. I'll look and make sure that it's on there. But if you want, I have a copy of it, a PDF that I can email you. Anybody else that wants it, just let me know. I can email you guys all that. If you decide that you want to, this is a great thing to have anyway. In fact, I'll see if I can just add that to the file page as well. I'm sure I can. Because this is a great way, guys, in the future, run these every so often. That's what I forgot. Sorry, I did forget something before I let you guys go. When you do the post, whatever day you're responsible for, the person that does the morning post, I want that person to create some sort of challenge for that day. Today's challenge, so this is, hey, you want to do a video? It's a really easy one. You just do a video of yourself saying, hey, everybody, super excited. Hey, happy Tuesday. Good to see you guys. Hey, so for today, I wanted to kind of put a challenge out. Let's see who can drink the most cups of water today or whatever. That might be a little bit careful because you don't want everybody to drink, let's see who can drink, 120 ounces of water today or whatever it is. Or let's see who can do the most push-ups today Or let's see who can do the most squats today. Or da-da-da-da-da. Let's see if everybody can do 15 or 20 push-ups today, or whatever it is, right? Come up with some little thing and just make a little challenge. You know, let's see who can post the sweatiest. I got that from you there, Evan. The sweatiest photo after they worked out today. You know, like, just whatever it is, just post something. Just a little challenge so that people have something to kind of like comment on and play with that day, just to build a little bit more traction, a little bit more excitement in it. And that's a great video on, because it's really super simple. It's easy, and you have a whole week to figure out what that challenge is going to be. Make it easy. Don't make anything like hard. You know, it's not like, let's see who can do 1,000 burpees today. Like, come on, let's make people actually want to do this again. But make it something fun. You know. And otherwise, yeah, it's pretty easy. So I'll have that in. I'll have that post in there right after we get off the call today, just to see if everybody could just comment on it and say, tell me what day works for them. That'd be fantastic. And yeah, and everything else I think we covered. Thumbs up. Good. Okay, you guys have way better stuff to be doing than listening to me. So I'm gonna let you guys go, and everybody have a fantastic night. I appreciate your guys' time. I really do. Thank you so much. And if you guys have any questions, you know where we're at. Go ahead and shoot me a message, okay? All right, everybody.
Thanks, Justin.
You guys have a good night. Thank you for coming out and hanging out. We'll see you.